Welcome to Muscles and Malarkey, a podcast about all things strength, fitness, and fun. I'm your host, Mary. In this episode, I wanted to do a little life and training update because a lot has changed. I'm working with a new coach, I've officially started a new prep, and by the time you're listening to this, I will be about a week out from my deadlift-only meet. So, things are very real right now. And I do want to start by giving a quick shout out to my coach, Kim, aka joyful_lifter on Instagram. You might remember Kim from episode 17, where we talked to Kim about coaching, lifting, and leading. It's been incredibly refreshing starting with a new coach. And I think it helped that I've known Kim for a few years now, so there was already that foundation there. But after having a really solid conversation with her about how she approaches coaching and what her philosophy is, I just knew that we were going to work well together. She has all the green flags you'd want in a great coach. She listens, she collaborates, and she keeps it real. And honestly, sometimes just having a different perspective on your training can make all the difference. Because if I'm being completely honest, I'm having fun in the gym again. Like, genuinely having fun. I feel inspired, I feel motivated, and that's not something you should take for granted. Because, as we all know, we go through highs and lows in this journey. And sometimes when you're stuck in a low, you need to take a step back and reevaluate. In regards to this prep, at the time of recording this, I am just under 4 weeks out from this meet. So I haven't even hit my final big pull of this prep yet. Once this is out, I will have hit it. But right now, I haven't. So like in the future, I wonder what I pulled. I guess I'll have to find out. But in this prep so far, I have doubled my platform max of 380 pounds. And I had an all-time PR deadlift at 390 pounds. So I'm feeling really, really optimistic about how things are going to come together on May 16th down in Fort Mill, South Carolina. And if you happen to be around, please stop by, please support. It's being hosted by Sunday Service down there, and I'm really excited about it. Honestly, this phase has already taught me a lot. Not just physically, but mentally too. And one of the biggest things that's been on my mind lately is this idea of perfection and how often it's actually just procrastination in disguise, right? You've probably said it before, because I know I have. It's the, I'll do this when I can do it perfectly, or I'll sign up when I feel ready, or maybe I'll start when everything lines up. But the truth is, that moment, it doesn't really come. And I see this all the time, especially with competitions. People wait and wait until everything feels just right. And in reality, they're holding themselves back from starting. Because starting messy is uncomfortable. Doing something new is uncomfortable. And that's something working with a new coach has really reminded me of. I'm not always going to be good at something right away, even in a sport that I've been doing for a while. There are going to be moments where things feel off or hard or just not as strong as I want them to be. And that doesn't mean I'm doing something wrong. It just means I'm learning. It means you're learning. When you're going through and doing something hard and trying something new, you are learning. And that in itself is way more powerful than procrastinating for perfection. And on that note, can we talk about comparison for a second? Because this whole waiting to be perfect thing, social media is not helping that. Can we please stop comparing ourselves to influencers on the internet? Like, that's the standard we're supposed to live up to? I'm not saying you can't be inspired. Be inspired all you want. that's great. But let's be real for a second. Do not forget this, my friends. You are seeing a highlight reel. You are seeing the best lifts, the best angles, and the best days. You are not seeing the full picture. You're not seeing that person's recovery or their stress or their bad sessions, their injuries, their off days, or for the fact that for some of them, this is literally their job. They get paid to train. Most of us, we don't. We have jobs. We have families. We have responsibilities. We're tired. We're stressed. We're just trying to fit this in where we can. And remember, my friends, training is supposed to add to your life, not make you feel like you're constantly falling short. That's the OT in me right there. We like to add life to your days. You know what I'm saying? If your journey doesn't look just like an influencer's, good. It's not supposed to. That's unrealistic. Please remember that the internet is not real. Instagram is not the end-all be-all. It's about how you show up in your day-to-day life that truly matters. All aspects of it. The really good parts and also the really messy parts. Can we also stop constantly comparing ourselves to our past selves? Because that version of you had a different life, a different schedule, different stress, different priorities. So of course your body is going to look different. That doesn't mean you've gone backwards. It just means you're in a different season. I'm going to repeat that, okay? Just because you don't look like how you used to look does not mean you've gone backwards. You are in a different season, and that season is just as good and just as valid as any other season. And if you keep measuring yourself against a version of you that doesn't even exist anymore, you're always going to feel like you're losing. Truly, I think a lot of us get stuck in this black and white mindset, right? Like it has to be all or nothing, perfect or pointless. But that's just not how progress works. A little bit is always better than nothing, always. And you only truly fail when you completely stop. So instead of waiting until everything is perfect or until you feel 100% ready, just start. Build momentum. Trust that you will figure it out as you go. Because guess what? You will. You've made it through 100% of your worst days, and you will continue to do so because you will figure it out as you go. And I swear to God, if you're one of those people who just constantly complains about the same thing over and over and over again and you don't do anything to change it, change it, okay? Stop bitching and start doing. Thank you. All right. Now, another thing I've really been thinking about lately is balance. Specifically, the balance between pushing yourself and listening to your body. Like sometimes, yeah, you do need to push through the suck. You need to do the things that you don't feel like doing. That's part of growth. But other times, pushing through is actually the worst thing you can do. And that's why it is very important to learn your body's signals. You need to understand the difference between I don't feel like it and I genuinely need rest, because those are not the same thing. I used to struggle with this a lot because historically, when I was younger, I would be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this today, so I'm just not going to. Which in turn, when I had moments where I really needed to like not do something and like take a step back, I would almost gaslight myself into being like, well, no, you're actually not. Don't fall into those bad patterns, like push through it. I had a moment like that the other day. I showed up to the gym. I fully was intending to train, and I just did not have it. Like physically, mentally, everything felt off. And the old me probably would have tried to force it. Push through, hit the numbers, no matter what. Go hard, grind mentality, don't stop. But instead, because I've learned, I talked to my coach. We adjusted the plan. I did a little bit and I called it. And you know what? That was the right decision, because I came back the next session feeling so much better. I was ready to actually train. I was ready to perform. And that is when I pulled 390. So it's a damn good thing I listened to my body. This is the kind of awareness you build over time. And I know you're not going to be perfect with it, because I wasn't perfect with it. I'm still not perfect with it. But you get better at it. And it's so important, if you want longevity in this sport, or honestly in anything, to learn what your body is telling you and to listen to those signals. Your body wants to work with you. Let it work with you. If there's one thing that I want you to take from this episode, it's this. Stop waiting for perfect. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. Start where you are. Do what you can. Learn as you go. Push when it's time to push. Rest when it's time to rest. And trust yourself to know the difference. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Yeehaw and yee-claw, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow, share, rate, and review. It helps the podcast grow and reach more people. Do you have any questions or suggestions? Email me at musclesandmalarkey@gmail.com or find me on Instagram at musclesandmalarkey. Yeehaw and yee-claw, everybody.